Hey, Alan Sarge. You know, when I first started my channel, I wanted it to be about budget minded prepping and firearms, knives, and things like that. You don't see me review a lot of gear. You don't see me talk about a lot of fancy survival gear because, to be totally honest with you, I don't believe in it. I don't trust it. You can have a 50 million lumen flashlight. Eventually, it will fail. Eventually, it will quit working. Your batteries will be gone. You can have uh, water filtration systems, manufactured water filtration systems. Eventually, they will peter out. So I don't put a whole lot of stock in some of that fancy gear, queer, high speed equipment. I just don't personally. I don't need it. I grew up without it. You know, that's one of the advantages of growing up in the country is you grow up doing things that people now find, wow, you can really do that. Guys, we grew up doing that stuff. Swimming in creeks, drinking out of creeks, fishing, hunting, chopping wood, burning wood. We grew up doing those things. Raising chickens, rabbits, deer hunting, rabbit hunting, squirrel hunting. We grew up that way. It's nothing new to us. It's not really what we consider a survival skill. It's what we consider a way of life. So all the fancy stuff, you know, my great 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 grandfather didn't have solar panels. Come on. They didn't have generators. Hell, they didn't even have refrigerators. So you can survive without all the high-tech stuff. You don't have to be a gear queer to make it. It's just that simple. Now here recently I've gone back to pretty much the basics on a lot of things. If you'll notice, I've got my Uberti 7.5-inch 357 single action. I've got my old Rossi 44 Magnum lever action. I've got my old New England single shot 12 gauge cut down to 19 inches. This is my wood gun. This is what I use when I'm out in the woods a lot. I don't have a lot of high-tech stuff. I've pretty much gotten rid of all my fancy things. I've gotten rid of the AR-15s, the AKs, and I've got rid of all of it. I've sold it to put the money other places, as in supplies and ammunition. But what I want to talk about today is those of you who are prepping who don't have a firearm, guys, it's critical at this point. Firearms are still out there, but they're ridiculously high, and ammunition is, if you can find it, it's just as bad. So if you don't have a firearm by now, you're behind the eight ball. You need to get on it. Find you something. It doesn't matter what it is. If it goes boom, buy it if you have nothing else. Don't worry about all this high-tech, high-speed nonsense. Buy a damn gun. A gun. Buy one. Now, some of you who live in areas that it's hard to buy firearms, go with a crossbow. I didn't say compound bow. I said crossbow. And if you go with a crossbow, go with the recurve crossbow. Don't get the compound crossbows. There's too much mechanics, too much nonsense involved. Recurve crossbows are simple to maintain, and honestly, they last a long time. Buy good bolts. Now, here's the beauty of it. If I shoot this shotgun, that shell's gone. I'm not going to get it back. If you shoot your crossbow, if you buy good bolts and you're proficient with it, guess what? Your ammunition is recyclable. For real. If you maintain things well enough and if you have enough stocked up, you'll have ammo for a long time after the bullet's gone. So if you're in an area that you can't get a gun, or if you don't like guns, can't believe my mouth even said that, but if you don't like guns, go with a crossbow. I mean, you can get them cheap. You can get them anywhere from $90 to $2,000. But I'm going to be honest with you. For survival purposes, the big fancy double-barreled 50 cammed compound crossbows are going to be more trouble than they're worth, in my opinion, maintenance-wise and things like that. You get you a good recurve crossbow, you can get them cheap, guys. It's ridiculous how cheap you can get a recurve crossbow. Set it up. If you have to, buy some replacement parts for it. Keep them in stock. You know, your string, the limbs, things like that. Buy some extras and put them up. You can get them in different weights, anywhere from like 40 pounds to God knows what. The point is, your ammunition is recyclable. You can reuse that ammunition as long as you're careful and proficient with it, and you buy good stuff to start with. Buy something, guys. Buy something to defend yourself with. Buy something to protect your family with. Buy something to harvest food so you can feed yourselves and your families. Because it doesn't matter how big your prepper closet is. If you outlive your preps, you're going to have to hunt. You're going to have to forage. You're going to have to be able to provide. So if it's something like a $110 single shot shotgun, which if you can find them now, good luck, but if you can, get it. If it's an old lever action rifle, get it. Now when it comes to lever actions, I would probably go with a 357 38 or even a 22 Magnum or 22 long rifle. 44 Magnum it's not cheap, guys. It is not cheap. This old single action Uberti, I like it. It's right down my alley. Honestly, it's all I need. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of flack. You need Glocks, I don't need that stuff, guys. I don't. Everybody in my family is armed. Everybody. And we're not out here looking to fight a war. We're just trying to survive. So if you come up on our place, the place that we know, the place that we live, the place that we set up, and I'll probably have me an AK-47 or an AR-15 when I'm done. And some ammo. And maybe if you wear a 10.5E, I might have some boots. Get you something to protect yourself with. Get it now. Quit waiting. It's not going to get any better. Get something. I'm serious. Get it. Get it now. But as always, that's just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. This Hound Sarge. I'm out.